What's up, family? It's your boy Flo30. We have Garifuna Barbie today. You are now listening to the music of G. King Castillo. His music is available on all streaming platforms and YouTube. Hopkins Born, the brothers super dope. How was your week? Share it alive, share it alive. Don't be shy, share it alive. I'm sharing the live right now. We got beautiful Garifuna Barbie all the way from Los Angeles on Flo30. Yes. What's going on, Les? I appreciate the support because every time I'm on, you pop in. I really appreciate that. Yo, let's talk, son. Let's talk. Let's chop it up real quick. I'm going to pause this, right? All right, Les. Listen, bro. Yo son, yo kids, man, everybody is so grown, man. And I really appreciate you sharing the pictures of the family. Man, I love it. I love your relationship that you have with the kids. It's super dope. I really appreciate it. Durs, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Thank you for supporting me, man. I really appreciate you. We got Garifuna Barbie in the house today. She's going to be coming on here in a second. Oh, man. How was your work week? How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? What are you doing this Memorial Day weekend? Cuzzo, what's up?
What up?
I see you in the whip. Where you about to whip to?
Home.
That's what's up. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing good. What you been up to?
Chilling.
Just chilling. How's life treating you?
Good.
That's what's up. I really want to thank you for allowing the time for you to sit down and speak with me and we do an interview. I really appreciate it. First things first for me is I want to give honor to God, and I'm thankful for this interview. So let's get into it, baby girl. So let's go ahead and let's talk about, of course, whenever I interview, I want to get a little bit of background on you. So let's go ahead and let the family know, who are you? Where are you from? Talk about your upbringing. Let's talk about your parents. Let's talk about a little bit of your roots.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Nardi Santos.
AKA Garifuna Barbie.
Hey, I got that name from my aunt. May she rest in peace.
All right,
okay?
that's what's up.
So I was born in PG. Don't know PG though. Raised in Cayo until I was 7, and then my mom brought us out here to America, and we've been in Cali for a minute.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
what is it?
You've been in Cali for a minute. So when did you come to the States? How old were you when you came to the States?
11.
You were 11. And what was your expectations when you came? Were you scared? What did you expect?
Clean streets.
Okay.
No broke up car. Oh my God. I kind of think as a kid of what you see on TV. However, the reality was not that, And yeah, the reality changed. I felt like living back home, we lived like king and queen back home, well, in my household, in our household, we had maids to ourselves, you know what I mean? Me and my brother. So we had maids to clean up, to do this, to do that. We came out here, I had to learn to pick up a broom and cook.
Wait a minute. We got to rewind that. Wait a minute. So coming to the States was a cleaning culture shock for you?
Well, yeah, it was like you saw how hard my mom and dad, they were, my mom was a teacher.
Okay. I can't hear you. Did you freeze up? Got a little technical difficulties. I'm going to resend the join request. We had a little technical difficulty there. Let's see what's going on. Do. All right, there she goes. Where are we? There we are. All right, we're sorry about the technical difficulty. We're back now. Right. So we were laughing. We got into the part where you come to America and learn how to use a mop.
Yeah, so, and then the fact of having to, well, the good thing about it is that I feel like we got blessed because a lot of parents came here and had to do live-in jobs where they never see their kids, or better yet, they left their kid back home, However, right. My mom said if she couldn't get her kids here within the 2 years of her being out here, she would have went back home because she wasn't gonna have that,
Right.
And so God blessed her with the ability to bring us over with her and join her. And that's when 48 started. That's when she took over 48 and made 48 to what it is today. And the transformation is like, I've seen that transformation. And I look at my mom as a hero in my eyes, as someone to aspire and admire to be. She's a boss. I'm gonna give you that. Like, she's a boss, and if I can be half the woman she is, so that's why I go hard. Like, my hustle is, man, like, I got to be who my mom is and have to leave a name for myself, She's self-made. She left Belize, all that she had, and she walked away from that and came here and made something of herself, and that's admiring.
It is.
And inspiring, and that's a story to tell your kids and your nieces and nephews, So
listening to the conversation that we're having, it seemed like your mom is like your the person that you really look up to.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be nobody else. Because I feel like within our community, the same thing, like I say, like the whole idea of us wanting to be like somebody might as well be like somebody who we know, who we can actually see, who we can see their downfall, their mistakes, and learn from that. If I say I want to be like Oprah, I can only see Oprah on TV. I don't know Oprah on that one-on-one. It's not a mentor. It's not a, so I can aspire to be like her, but to be someone closer to me, to be like someone who's closer to me, and I know what they've been through. I've been through it with them,
right?
So it's like, might as well I aspire to be like my mom, what I mean, or use her as my idol and use her, like learn from her mistakes and grow.
Gotcha. So listen, I know you do a lot. I mean, you go from seafood to teaching to promoting to you got a lot going on, and I like that about you because it shows that listen, you are definitely a true hustler. And I hope that the folks that are watching now and the folks that will watch later on will be able to see that and pick that up and pick that hustle game up, because like that's the only way you're gonna make it. Nobody's gonna give you anything. You got to come out. You got to come out here and you got to do the damn thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, you did a seafood boil. I see you have another one coming up. And then you were at the beach. You found this big open space that you want to plan an event there. Where do you get all these ideas from?
Creativity. I love creating stuff, and my home is where I'm always changing up my home. Like everybody go in there, they be like, "You changed again."
Right.
So I have a thing for designing, and just I feel like giving the community more something of substance and elegance is where I'm shooting for, even with my project that I have behind my head. Like I'm not bringing it out
Right.
until it's like boom, then it's like, yeah, it is what it is.
Gotcha.
But I feel like I'm tired of just if we're gonna have a party or whatever, it's like just the basic, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like our community deserves more than that.
Right.
And not our community but our kids. Like for the summer I plan to do this tea party with our kids and teach them etiquette with the little girls. We don't have that. Or like debutante ball. I was a debutante, and I know you have to be a certain status or money of, you know, to even participate in that. But how is it that we can bring our kids to even have something like that within our community? We can start our own. We don't need the $1 million estates, or we don't need all of that in order for our kids to feel like they're somebody. Let's make our kids feel like they're somebody, so they be somebody, you know what I mean? Right. And instill that pride in them, like, hey, I am somebody. I don't have to have the materialistic thing to feel like I'm somebody.
Right.
You know, my mom used to always say, I know about no Nike, no what to call it, right? And I used to be like, what? But and then she didn't understand the peer pressure that you went into school with, right? But at the time, she was like, if I don't want Nike, I want to get that white shoes and I was standing there for the clear there, right? I used to be like, yo. So she sort of, and I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of parents, even my parents as a teacher or an educator, when they do come to school, all the kids talk about is how I'm Gucci down for my birthday, or I'm this. And I'm like, so the idea is like we're filling these kids with materialistic things and not just the basic needs of life. You know, how about I teach my kid how to invest? Instead of buying you that Gucci belt, how about we go buy some stocks? How about we go invest in something? So even like now, like I'm investing, like my spare money, I make my money work for me. I'm sorry, like
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm on it, you know.
That's right.
So like it's not going to be executed this year, but next year I plan to do a summer program, a 6-week summer program for the kids, and just teaching them about investment, you know, teaching them how to hustle, a simple little summer hustle, or a simple little, just something that they love and turn it into something that they can make money, you know? So that's the idea of it. And just starting from young, teaching kids money from young. In school, they don't teach us money, and they have a reason why. Yeah. If you guys ever read the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad,
explains
that explains it really good. So that's one of the books that I'm going to have the kids read and break it down into the simplest form for the youngest. I don't care how the youngest one is, but baby, you're going to learn how to make this money.
That's right.
You know, that's so right. Yeah, like they're never too young to learn about money. And that's just one of my things. Like, I'll be like, I'm about my money.
It's funny you say that, because I remember growing up, because I graduated school in California. So when I was in school, I graduated from Wilson High School, Long Beach. When I was in school, they did teach you, even in junior high school, elementary, we went over accounting, we went over how to balance a checkbook, we went over job interview skills, we went over putting a resume together. We touched a little bit on investing, but the real responsibility was learning how to handle your money. And you're right, that's not happening in the schools right now. I feel just exactly how you feel. Is more material. There's more focus on materialness versus financial security. You know, that same $200 that you go and spend on a pair of Jordans that you wait in line for 12 hours to get, that $200 could be invested in something else and maybe flip to 400 in a positive way. You know what I mean? So I do totally agree with you. And we do need that. I also remember when I was younger, in high school, I went to work in Long Beach. They had the summer youth employment program. So you applied, you got accepted, and then you went to go and work at one of the schools. It was like an extended daycare type thing, but you were going to Disney, or you were playing basketball with them. You were teaching them. You were helping them with their homework. You were teaching them basic life skills. And that stuff is not happening right now anymore either. It's just crazy. So then the next thing you hear is that, well, our kids are running wild. They're getting into things that they're not supposed to get into, but then we're not offering them anything positive.
Right.
You know, that is just really, really strange to me, especially in our community. You know, we definitely need to do better in our community, because we're the ones that they're looking at, you know. And I don't mean as in Garifuna community or whatever. I'm just talking about as African Americans, period. The spotlight is on us, you know, so we definitely have to do better, especially when it comes to our kids, you know, teaching them the financial literacy like you're talking about. That's definitely a must. Respect, especially, is the number one. Respect. I mean, I remember when I was younger, and, you know, as kids, when we're all gathered together at a bus stop or whatever, we're talking, we're cursing, we're doing whatever. But the minute we see an elder, we stop. You know, we stop and we give that elder that respect. But now, you know, these kids are still, they cutting up. They don't care. It's not like one cares. So we definitely have to help try to change the narrative, because, man, if not, we're just going to keep sinking. It's going to be horrible. But let's get into some of your, you know, you do your seafood boils. You're a hell of a cook. You're always showing your cooking on Facebook. It makes me hungry. By the way, I'm still waiting on these buns. You know, it's been like 6 months.
Look, what about my extra butter? I sent it for you.
You know, so I'm still waiting on that. But, you know, you seem to have a lot of drive, and I see you spend a lot of time, especially with your family, your nieces, your nephews, your brothers, your sisters. I see that. Why is that so important to you?
Family is important. They're all I have. You know what I mean? And we were raised in a household where if we have a fallout, like, I've never had a fight with my brother and my sister, like, really, like, you know, so I don't even know what that looks like and what that means to me, you know. We might get upset with each other and probably not talk to you for like a couple seconds, but right after, we hug it up, we're, you know, we're kissing, we're chilling and stuff like that. So we grew up in a household where we could have went in, and still, I'm 30 and I can still go when the thunder hits and it's raining. I drive from my house to my mama's house, and I'm in the bed with my mama.
That is so cool.
Some people don't experience that, you know, like my parents were the parents where you could come and you could clown around, and I could jump on my dad and my mom, and they would be playing with us. Like, we would be outside playing soccer. My mom would play with us. My dad would play with us. And just the outdoor activities we did outdoor, we traveled together as a family, you know. And it's just sad that when they did split, the younger two didn't experience what my dad was to my brother and I, you know, my Lenver and I.
Gotcha.
They didn't get that experience of my dad. But however, even though we moved out here, my dad never lost contact. Like, I'm daddy's girl, so I don't care what I'm in. I mean, I find out mine.
Yeah. That's what's up. So let's talk about your dad. How important is your dad to you?
How important my dad is to me is, my dad is somebody I could confide in. My mom is more so, even though I admire my mom is the one that's like, but I'm not going to rise because she has to live with it, right? My dad is like, I can talk to my dad about anything and he's not going to judge.
Okay.
My mom more so, like, she was don't make up for she feels like don't tell her that, right? But it's like, I don't want to hear I don't tell her that already. Like, help
Right.
me through whatever I'm going through at the moment,
Right. Right.
My dad is more of I'm gonna listen with you, I'm gonna pray with you, I'm gonna, and when I had COVID, I've experienced a side of my dad that I've never experienced before, I must have called and I had this terrible headache and I was just crying because I had COVID. It was only me at the house. And I started crying and my dad couldn't do, knowing he's so far away.
Right.
He couldn't do anything for me but just be on the phone,
Right.
So my dad literally spent his whole time, me having COVID, was on the phone with me, making sure I'm okay.
Wow.
Or whatever. And my dad actually cried with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going through this pain, and for you to even witness your child going through something and you can't do nothing, was deep to me. And then when he was like, can I pray with you? And I was like, huh? For me. And he actually stayed there and he prayed with me going through it. And I was like, that's powerful to me. And I respect that. And I admire that from where he used to be to where he is now, that's growth, when, and sometimes it do take a breakup or it do take separation in order to see your parents grow. My mom, I've known my mom all my life. Not that I don't know my dad, but I live with my mom almost all of my life.
Right.
So my mom is a praying mom. My mom have always been reading the Bible, even if it's not with us, but she's always, into the prayer. When you hear the TV on at 3 or whatever in the morning, she's watching some Joel Osteen or somebody,
Yeah.
So if you've seen that and you've grown up with that, opposed to my dad, I never saw that side of him.
Okay.
And so to see that side of him, the spiritual side, was just like amazing to see.
That was a great feeling, I'm sure.
Yep.
Sure. If there's anything that you can take away from your dad learning wise, what would that be?
Learning wise is like what he would say. He's still learning. As old as he is, he's still learning. Meaning like he would say when he was with my mom, he was quick to anger. Now he's learning that, hey, that's not the best way to go about it.
Gotcha.
And so that's one of the qualities that I sort of took away, because I'm not like everybody be like, do you ever get mad or do you ever, and I'm always with a smile on my face, and I don't allow anyone to change that regardless of what I'm going through or what it is or who you are. Like, I'm going to keep my smile on my face, like whatever. And I do go through stuff, but like what someone said, don't wear your troubles on your shoulders,
Right.
And that's sort of what my dad had taught me. So
Gotcha. So what do you do? Like if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling anger, you're not having a good day, how do you handle that? What do you do?
I go to the beach. My beach is my escape.
Gotcha.
Or I cook, and that's where the creativity comes in. Like, I clean my house.
Gotcha.
I find something to decorate. I'm always on YouTube. Like, YouTube is the greatest teacher. Like, when you say you don't know how to do something, like for me with my balloon decoration or whatever, that was a YouTube thing. One day I was like, okay, instead of me paying somebody to do something for me, how about I learn how to do it myself? So I set my butt down on YouTube, and just like my graphic design.
Yeah. You do everything.
I decided to go do it. And I was like, man, what are the apps that I need to? And like I always tell people, you got to invest in yourself, invest in your craft. Like, I sit down and there are classes that I was paid for $300 to do decorating, but that's what I want to do, and that's where my money is. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna invest in myself.
Right.
Yep, YouTube University, girl, it's the best.
Your school is dope.
And then like my job that I'm at, like my boss would always be, I want to be surrounded with a team who's smarter than me, you know? And that's something that when I get ready to hire someone, not only do I know all aspects of my business, um, but I do want people who's going to elevate me. If I don't know something, I don't want no one who's below me. Like,
Right.
I need people who are higher than me, who have different strength that I don't obtain,
Mm.
you know, so I don't have to stress about it. If I know you good at that, then do what you good at, you know what I mean? And I
Right.
feel like even in a relationship, um, we supposed to be focused on each other's strength and not each other's weakness. I feel like we supposed to build those weaknesses together, but focus on the strength. So if we're about to do this together, then let's do it together. What are your strengths? What are you good at? You know, what am I good at, and how we can make it work.
Right.
So
That's what's up. So I know you also, we talked a little earlier, I know you were doing some tutoring, some educating and stuff like that. With the situation that's going on in Belize with them wanting to take 10% away from the teachers and all of the public service workers, how do you feel about that?
that's yeah, that's crazy to me, because I feel like teachers already don't get paid enough.
Mm.
Even with setting up a classroom, even out here. And I think that's why I divert from the teaching thing and I went to private where I could charge my own, and you know, but teachers take a lot. You got to take home homework. Whoever is at home have to hear you get home.
Right, right.
You know, and it's like teachers are always working. When you're doing lesson plan, it's not like when you leave an office, your work is at the office, you're gonna come the next day and deal with it.
Right.
No, teachers take a lot home, you know, and then it's like you gain kids who, you're a mom, you're a nurse, you're a psychologist, you're everything in one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to take that away from teachers, I feel like it sucks, because I feel like teachers deserve a higher pay. I don't care where you are, you know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, because you're everything in one.
I agree.
When you're working in the office, you're just that, whoever you are, that's what you are.
Right. That's very true. As a teacher, you're a mental health worker, you're a disciplinarian, you're teaching at the same time. You're breaking up fights. You got to deal with parents, and they're some of them, I hate to use the word, but some of them will come in and want to get at the teacher in a bad way, saying that, well, you're not doing your job. But the job for the teachers start at home. You know, charity starts at home. So we need to make sure that these kids are giving the teacher the respect that they're needed. I can't hear you again. Uh-oh, we lost you. What's going on with your phone, teacher? Bad service in that car. your internet is bad in that car.
No, people keep on calling.
All right. It went away again. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go ahead and add you on again. We lost you again. Where we at? There we go. Where we at? There we go. Sent. Uh-oh. Oh man, let me see what's going on here. We have some technical difficulties. Sorry about that, family. We will get back on track. We will definitely get back on track. Let me go ahead and play a little music until we can get her back in. Send me a request. It's not allowing me to send you the request. There you go. Boom.
Okay.
All right, got you. We are back. Let me hold on 1 second. There you go. And here we go. All right. So we let's talk about now. I know every summer you host a like a family event. Is it a basketball game? What else is involved with that?
Basketball, jump rope, lineman sport, all kind of different activities. So the idea behind it is it's a backpack giveaway, but family day.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm gonna stress family because I feel like, well, thank God to COVID, a lot of people end up spending that quality time with their kids.
Wow. You're gonna have to tell your fans to quit calling you. You're busy right now. Technical difficulties. We're gonna get her back in. We'll go ahead and get some music going until we can get Garifuna Barbie back in. Go ahead and send me a request when you get in, Cuzzo. So listen, while we're waiting on the reconnect, I do have some things that I want to talk about. Definitely want to get into this recent killing here in San Pedro. The killing in Belize, period, is just craziness, mad crazy. What can we do about this? How can we fix this situation? We need to get together as a community. We have to get together as a community in order to fix this situation. It will not be fixed on its own. We have to create that community watch, that neighborhood watch. We all have to get together, quit being selfish. There's no reason that we can't get together and we all know each other. And that way we all know what's going on in the neighborhood. As for the officers too, you have to mingle with your community in a positive way. Find a way to blend in with your community. You should always know what's going on in your community, who's hungry in your community, what's needed in your community. You should be a part of the community. Once the police officers are a part of the community, then the community is going to be a part of you. They're not going to have any problems with talking to you when it comes to any issues. So at the end of the day, you have to be the example. The police officer, us individuals as people, we have to be the example. We have to create that bond. We have to create that unity. We have to create those steps if we want things to get better. We can't continue to just sit in the background and just hope and pray that something is going to change. I mean, with prayer, everything changed, but you also have to put some action towards that in order for the change to actually happen. You know, so it just really hurts me every time I go on Facebook, or if I go on a mandala, wherever I'm at, there's always a killing. There's always something going on. I did see the last interview with Compol, talking with some gang leaders and, you know, pretty much saying, hey, this needs to stop. If not, there's going to be some repercussions. Well, those repercussions should have happened a long time ago, because things are still happening and nothing is being done. The streets need to be safe. It need to be safe for the citizens, for these innocent kids. We have to step up and do something about it. Do something about it instead of just sitting back and not really doing anything. These drug planes, it's crazy. You know, the drugs are disappearing, the planes are there. Now we got a plane where only the wing was found. Where's the rest of the plane? I may be telling the story wrong, but that's just the way I heard it. And I think I've seen it that way too. So anyway, it's ridiculous. I want to give thanks to all of the graduates. Congratulations to all of the graduates of 2021, for those that are continuing on to high school, college, elementary, a career training. Kudos to you. Welcome to the real world. It's time to put on them real adult pants and get that career together and get your life together, get your life going, so that you can be a productive citizen. Belize, man, I wish we've had some sort of programs to where we can go ahead and the kids, the youth that are coming out of school, they can go into some sort of career, like maybe if it's electrician, AC, masonry, whatever. But when you graduate school, you graduate with a trade. Not everybody's meant to go to college and have that 4-year degree, you know. So if there's an avenue for that trade, that'd be super dope. You know, you could go into a trade, you'll graduate, whether you're a certified nurse assistant, fixing ACs, electrician, building homes, whatever the case may be. If we can set our kids up for a better future, that'd be great. Versus I've seen in the past where students would leave Belize and come to school here in Tampa. They would get a 4 or 5 year degree, and just to go back to Belize and not really have anything to do. So, you know, we really have to change that narrative and build these areas where when we graduate, we can come home and we have work. We don't have to go back to the farm or go to fishing or go to selling food or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you went to school to better your situation, to come home and be able to work off of that degree if possible. I'm still trying to get Garifuna Barbie back in. We're having a little bit of issue. We will see. I'm adding her in now. I just sent you another join request. Let's see. Let's go back to a little music while we figure this out. This is G. King Castillo. You can find all of his music is available on YouTube and all streaming platforms. This brother is dope. All right, we're having some technical difficulties. We're going to have to end the show right here where it's at. For some reason, it's not allowing her to get back in, and so we can continue with the interview. My deepest apologies. We will definitely do this interview once again and finish it up at a later date. I appreciate everybody that's listening. I appreciate everyone that supports Flo30. Thank you very much. I love everything. Definitely love the support. Thank you very much for that. I do want to see if I can speak with Mr. Delton. He is of Southern Radio he is the owner of Southern Radio Mix. Yes, we want to try to bring him on. Let's speak with him. And I really appreciate him putting this interview on his radio show this morning. It is live on the show. I don't know if we're still live at the moment, but yes. Let's see what can happen here. Cuz, I really appreciate you. We will definitely do a part 2. And I definitely want to get more into what you're doing, especially for the community. I know the Garifuna community is very important to you, as well as it is to me. And I do have some more questions for you. So for now, I cannot get Mr. Delton in, but I do thank him for broadcasting this live. This show was broadcast live in Belize this morning. I really appreciate that. For now, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. To the veterans, I am a veteran myself. Thank you for all that you do. I really appreciate you. And you enjoy your weekend, and you be